Hey everybody, it's Lady Dre 1977. I'm back with another video. What I wanted to talk about in this video is about the cutoff culture. I saw a TikTok short and a young lady was talking about the cutoff culture and how people have just started cutting off friends and cutting off relationships just because, and not talking about the reason why they're cutting them off, or at least having a discussion. They just are easily letting go people just because. And while I do agree that you may have people out here who are cutting people off, maybe for whatever reason, the smallest of all reasons, it could be the biggest of all reasons. Who's to really say? For me, it's appropriate to cut people off sometimes, especially when they do or say things that are way out of line, especially when there's a disrespect and boundaries. And you've said over and over again to the person that they needed to respect your boundaries, or they did something that was just totally inappropriate. They're saying things, trying to pose it as a joke, but they're very serious about who they are and what they're saying about you. They're letting you know they don't like you. Those are appropriate times to cut people off. And having a discussion with people like that, sometimes people purposely misunderstand you. They try to misunderstand you. Everything is not a discussion. And me being a Christian, God will also let you know when it's time to cut someone off. You might not hear from that person no more. Or you may decide, okay, we're going in different directions in our lives, and it's not even a discussion you're having. It's just something that gradually happens. Okay? So the cutoff game is not bad. I think that we have to learn that in many instances it's actually beneficial for us. I know that I am taking a journey right now, and I had to cut some people off. It doesn't sound nice. However, it's something that has to be done, because when God has to, He will separate you from people, and He will have to elevate you to make you fit for His kingdom. A lot of times, a lot of people are not going to be around. He'll take people out of your lives, and we have to be careful when we hear people speaking against those things sometimes. Because what will happen is you'll have people in your life who are not understanding who you're becoming. They're not liking the change in you. And you have jealous people around you. And jealousy is not a good thing, okay? You have to be very, very careful, because you have people who are jealous of you. They don't like your growth. They don't like a lot of things about you, and more than likely probably didn't before your change. They just wanted to use and abuse you. You didn't have good people in your camp, and that's why there's a lot of this cut off culture, what they're talking about. Be careful, because people can try to hurt you if they're jealous. They really can, okay? And we have to be very careful of that, not to become or succumb, to dangerous people. You may not know that they're dangerous, but they are. Okay? But I also found it very interesting after watching that short. It's interesting what God teaches us and what the world teaches us. God will teach us to separate and elevate. The world will tell you, don't do that. Why? Because we know who the God of this world is. Take a moment to think about that. He will, if you're not wise or discerning, you'll have people in your camp that should have been out your camp long ago. And you'll wonder, well, why isn't anything changing for me? Why am I still in the same place? God, I want more. Well, there's certain things you'll have to do. They're not going to feel good in order for Him to elevate you, okay? And that's sometimes that cutoff game. And that's essential for growth. The world doesn't necessarily see it that way. And I'm not saying everybody in the world, because there's some people in the world who get it too. But it's just very interesting to me on a spiritual level what I see sometimes in people and what their true intent is. And also trying to guilt trip people for doing things that they know is right. If somebody is in your camp and they are doing what I mentioned earlier in this video, and you may have tried to have a discussion with them and they try to act like they don't know what you're talking about, or they are acting like they're not understanding what you're saying, if you need to cut them off, cut them people off. Don't let nobody guilt trip you about cutting people off, okay? Y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye now.